Welcome to Let Me Ask You This. I'm your host, Tom. Thank you for joining me while I interview individuals about their life and their experience. If you like this show, please make sure you subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I hope you enjoy the show. Hey guys, welcome to episode 27 of Let Me Ask You This. Today I have Sam. I've known Sam for a very long time. She actually married me and my wife. She's known my wife for a lot longer. She's a very good family friend. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Got a belly full of good food, and it's...
That was delicious, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
She made 8-minute mac and cheese, all...
Plant-based.
Is it vegan or vegan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to use the word plant-based because there's a lot of... I know people that aren't vegan that say they eat vegan on occasion. There's some people can be a little afraid of vegan. Plant-based is a little more friendly. It's less political, I guess.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because when I hear vegan, I think like tofu.
Yep.
And I'm not a big fan of tofu. Not because like it tastes bad, but because of it's terrible for like agriculture. Mm-hmm. So that's why I don't like it. Yeah. But then I've learned from you that vegan's not just tofu, and it can be delicious.
It is not tofu. I'm actually allergic to soy, but yeah, a lot of soy is grown, and the way it's grown is actually terrible for the environment. It's just as bad as doing beef, but if it's grown properly and in the right way, it's not bad. But I'm allergic to it, so you won't find any of that in any of my recipes or any of my food.
And that is one of the reasons why you eat mainly plant-based, because you are allergic to meat, correct?
Correct, yep. My first colon disease, I was diagnosed back in 2005. I was in the hospital for a few days, and I slowly started introducing foods back into my body because my digestive system completely stopped and shut down. They didn't know why, and then they're like, "Oh, we think you have this colon disease." And anytime I ate meat after that point, it felt like I was digesting shrapnel. So I stopped eating meat, and I felt better.
So not everybody who doesn't eat meat has a choice. Just
yes.
So you guys know.
Exactly.
So, your website that you have, Samanthasaurus Vex, well, that's your Instagram handle, correct?
Samanthasaurus is me, and then my food is Samanthasaurus Eats.
Samanthasauruseats.com.
Because I like to eat.
So, on there you have a bunch of different recipes, and so I was trying to make it so I could, pull it up on my TV, but I bought stuff that didn't work, and so I couldn't.
It's all good.
Yeah. So, actually, I'll do this. I'll just pull it up right here. So, SamanthaSaurusEats.com.
That's it.
I spelled it wrong. Want to do me a favor? Don't need that. Dyslexia, and I just don't know English.
No, it's good. I am terrible at spelling too, and I also am dyslexic, so hi. Nice to meet you.
So everything on here is plant-based.
Yes.
So, beer dough bites.
I like game day food. That's one of my things with I like party food. I like game day food. I like having bites, and I like bar food, and I like fried stuff. But where was I forget what grocery store is that, and there was beer pizza dough already made. I was like, ooh, that would make a good pretzel to make with beer cheese and have it for the game. So then I actually started making it at home, and it makes such a big batch you can freeze half of it, and you can change the taste by using different beers too. But it's like a pizza dough, and it's really what's the word? It has a lot. You can use it in a lot of things. Not just make pizza with it. You can make
Okay.
I've made little pretzel bites and make little pizzas, and I've used it to wrap cheeseburgers and then you grill it. So then you have like this nice soft bun already around your cheeseburger.
That sounds good.
You just use a thin amount, and once you just grill up your in my case a veggie burger with the plant-based cheese, and then you take it and you put whatever onions, pickles, and then you wrap it like you would as thin as a pizza. You wrap it up in the dough, and then you put it back in the skillet and grill it on each side. So it's got crisp, and then it's so super soft, and you have like this beer dough around a burger. I've done it with hot dogs. The possibilities are endless with it, but I've done the little cups, and you can fill them with like hot dogs or sausages or anything. We've filled them with a ton of stuff. But yeah,
you got some pies on here too, desserts, squash, bacon. So what's that? Oh, it's coconut bacon. So is it just shaved coconut? Like you got a coconut, you cut it up.
No, I just buy the big chunks of organic coconut and you marinate it for a few days.
There's chunks of coconut?
Yes.
See, I don't know this type of stuff.
Yeah, there's chunks and like shavings. I get like shavings and I get the chunks, but the shavings, you can do the chunks, they take a little longer to marinate. But then I like to marinate it for like a week. And I usually forget it's in there because it's in a mason jar. And I'm like, oh yeah, I marinated bacon. You grill it up and I put it on pizza. I just eat it by itself. It's so stinking good.
You've also made me French toast that's been like covered in, what was it? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh my God, that was delicious. Your breakfast foods are also delicious. Are those gonna be on here too or no?
Yeah. That's. I mean, I've got a list that I haven't even gotten to. I drips and drabs. Like I get inspired, and then all of a sudden I've got like 10 new recipes on, and I started doing like how-to videos. But yeah, I mean, I love diner food a lot. I like bar food a lot. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like. I like to make stuff that's bad for you, good for you, kind of, or better for you because it's made with plants versus all the other garbage. Well, not garbage, but you know.
See, that's why I've been kind of watching what because I've been trying to gain weight, like we were talking about. But like I've still just been, I eat a lot now, but not all of it is completely healthy, but I try to. Yeah. So, like, in the morning now, I eat 2 hard-boiled eggs, like, when I wake up. After I get to work and, like, I get my jobs to go do, I'll eat a banana to my first job. And then my lunch, I now eat multigrain bread with ham and American cheese with some mayo. Probably like a tablespoon, not like a teaspoon, not a whole lot. And then a bag of whole wheat goldfish. And probably like the most unhealthiest thing is the mixed fruit that's already like pre-packaged. How much sugar is probably in that. But
the sugar syrup.
They taste good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yes.
And it's easy. Can I make a suggestion? You do like the multi-grain bread. Get a sprouted grain bread.
Sprouted grain.
Yeah, like they're a little more. If you go to Trader Joe's, they have a 7-grain sprouted bread.
Okay.
It has a lot more protein because they don't use actual like dried grains. It's a sprouted grain that they use to make the bread. So it's green and it's a lot healthier for you, and it actually has more protein. And the bread's delicious. If you go to Trader Joe's, it's like $3. I want to say maybe less than $3 for a loaf.
I think I'm paying almost $4 a loaf for my bread. And it's a little ridiculous.
Ezekiel bread, you can get like at Market Basket and Whole Foods, and Walmart even sells it. I think almost all the grocery stores around here, Hannaford sells it. The Ezekiel breads, they're 7-grain bread. It's in the freezer section. That's also a sprouted bread. And the sprouted grains actually have a lot of protein, so that'd be another way you could get protein without eating meat.
Okay, yeah.
And they make the best grilled cheese and toast. It's like I don't know what it is about it, but just the way it toasts up, it's like 10 times better than regular bread.
I'm gonna have to try it. 7-grain.
Yeah, 7-grain sprouted.
Sprouted.
Look for sprouted bread. Yeah, the Trader Joe's one's really good. That's my favorite. I make a lot of stuff. I like the stuffing that we made for Thanksgiving. I made out of that. It's so stinking good.
I love bread. Bread is like, now that first I learned bread was terrible, because there's an ingredient in it that makes bread shiny, and it's literally human hair, and it's disgusting. And I don't know if you knew about that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. I forget what it's called.
Ew.
I'm not gonna even try to recall. But if you buy shiny bread, 9 times out of 10 it'll have this ingredient in it, and I'm gonna look it up because now it's gonna bother me.
That sounds really gross. Yeah, I can't have most bread because most bread has soy lecithin in it. So that's how I found these sprouted grain breads.
L-carnosine. Right?
Crystalline? Ew.
Yeah.
That looks really gross.
L-crystalline. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Everybody don't buy bread.
So, no, you can just look.
Just make sure it doesn't have human hair stuff.
And it's what makes it shiny. And so...
Yeah.
It's...
Your food doesn't have to look good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to look good.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, you guys learned something new. My brother taught me that, so I'll say that. And then I looked it up, and it was true. He learned it from a documentary. So, yeah, bread can be disgusting.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Welcome.
A lot of our processed foods are disgusting, and I can't have a lot. That's another reason I started writing stuff down, because I have to make most things from scratch because everything has soy in it. There's no easy, really, thing for me to make for dinner. It's not like everything has to be from scratch. So I thought I wanted to start sharing with what I do with other people and showing them how easy it is to do.
How much of the, do you grow a lot of vegetables?
We do a little. I am a killer of plants. Because they don't move. They don't come and wag their tail when you walk in the door. And I'm a very spacey person. So unless it moves or Zach moves it, I forget to water things. And they die. So he's really good. I can get stuff started and he waters when I forget. And we do tomatoes. We do the pickling cucumbers because I love making Jewish half sours. I can make a killer pickle. Oh, I should have brought pickles. And then we tried potatoes this year in grow bags, and we did pretty good. I grew quite a bit. I was surprised at how many we actually got.
Well, isn't a potato just a potato? Like, you just cut a potato and you just put it into it?
100%.
Easiest thing to grow.
Yeah.
You just need a potato.
I was fascinated how fast and how much we grew in these little bags that we just filled with dirt and just kept filling with dirt. And then we did a couple of the sweet potatoes. I like the white sweet potatoes. They're called Hana or Hawaiian sweet potatoes. And then Japanese have purple ones. They're just so pretty and delicious. And you can make a lot. You can do a lot with sweet potatoes. And so I started growing those too. But other than that, no.
I've never been a big fan of sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes have always been I'm going to show off this thing. You can hear it.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Alright. Yeah, I've never been a fan of sweet potatoes. But is it the same thing? You just cut it and you can just throw it into it?
No, those actually you have to sprout in, like when you were a little kid and you sprouted the bean with the wet paper towel to see how it started. You put it in basically water and it starts sprouting. And then leaves grow and then you plant it.
I recently learned that most farmers they have a contract and they can't, after so many cycles of a certain seed, they can't reuse it. They have to get new seeds. I did not know that. I forget what the contract's called, but it's because most seeds are hybrids nowadays.
Yep.
And so after so many, it won't yield so many crops.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was extremely strange. I didn't know that they regulated crops like that. That was insane when I learned that.
Well, you grew up in an area that isn't the middle of farm country. I learned that stuff in elementary school because I grew up in the middle of corn and soybeans. Very boring. But yes, it is true. But yeah, I mean, just like people and animals evolve, plants evolve too.
I get, yeah. But don't they... So, but some things don't really, like the banana. Like, we created what the banana is today, didn't we? Like, the banana didn't evolve. We genetically modified the banana.
Oh, yes. That's why I only eat organic bananas. Regular, I can't handle. Regular bananas make me ill.
So, I've seen bananas with, like, an organic sticker on it, and they still look like the yellow bananas I get.
They do. But they don't wreck your stomach and your digestive tract like the non-organic ones. They're all clones. Bananas, all the bananas we eat are now, like, I can't remember how many years it's been, but I want to say 20 plus years, all the bananas we have consumed as Americans are a clone of bananas.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I did not know that.
You want to hear another crazy fact that I know about American food? Or not American food, in general. The American, like, turkey is not far from the velociraptor dinosaur. Genetically.
I believe it.
Like, unless you're, like, a paleontologist, you can take their leg bones and... they're almost identical. A paleontologist would be able to tell the difference, but if you took like a turkey leg bone and a velociraptor's leg bone, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. They're that closely related. So we eat, I don't, but as Americans and Thanksgiving, we technically eat modern day dinosaurs.
I wonder if velociraptors tasted like turkey then. Because,
maybe.
So, actually, talking about dinosaurs and turkeys and stuff, that makes sense. Because I've seen pictures of people being like, why do people think dinosaurs had scales? We don't know what they had. They could have had feathers. And they put feathers on a velociraptor and it looked just like a turkey.
100%.
And it's like, oh,
maybe a velociraptor was a turkey.
Evolution. Yeah. Maybe the comet made it small.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, Mythology, sophomore year, I copied my brother. He did it too. He told me to. Plagiarism. It wasn't plagiarism. Give me permission. So, mythology teacher said we had to write a myth. And so, his myth was how, I'm gonna use this term, midgets were made.
Yeah.
And it was Thor hit people on the head with his hammer when he was drunk and he was happy, and that's how midgets were made. And she got so mad because she's on the shorter end.
Yeah.
She wasn't a midget.
Yeah.
But she's on the shorter end, and midget isn't a nice word.
Yeah.
So she made him rewrite the story. I handed my story, and she just looked at me, and she was like, "I'm not even going to bother. You have a C." And I was like, "Okay, whatever," because she knew it.
Yeah.
She knew it was my brother. She knew it was the same story. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, I'm not even going to bother because you're just doing the same thing your brother did. He told you to do this. I'm like, yeah, he did. Because the first day of class, she didn't recognize the name. And I looked at her and I was like, excuse me, ma'am, can you say donkey? She's from Greece.
Yeah.
And so she has a really thick Greek accent.
Mm-hmm.
And so she sounds like Shrek when she says donkey. And it's the funniest thing ever. And she just looked at me, and she was like, you're Billy's brother. And I was like, I am. And she was like, you can get out. And I was like, no, I'm good. I promise. And then she ended up loving me. She had my sister, and they used to go back and forth about me all the time. She's nice. I miss her. Yeah. Mythology was fun. Mythology was one of my favorite subjects.
That is why I did so well in English class in 8th grade, because we did mythology like the last 6 months. Otherwise, I was like, meh. I don't want to read. I can listen to this on tape somewhere else. Like, these stories are boring. Can we like read something that I can actually get into? Because this is so dry and awful. But
what was your favorite mythology story then?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's tough. Probably the one about Narcissus.
Narcissus?
Yeah. Or what was that his name? Narcissism was named after him. Was it Narcissus?
I believe it is Narcissus.
Yeah.
Because it's narcissism.
Yeah. I think that was probably one of my favorites. I was like, wow, that makes sense. I get that. Yeah. I know lots of people like that. Wow. Yeah, I liked that one. And then the Achilles. I liked that he was dipped in the
oh, okay, yeah. I get him and Hercules mixed up. Like, every time somebody says it real quick, I'm like, okay.
Except for she had to hold on to him so he wouldn't drown, and that was like his only...
weakness.
Yeah, and he got hit by an arrow right on his Achilles, and that's what got him. That was a good one, too. What's your favorite?
So, I believe it is called the Odyssey, the epic.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one, yeah.
So, that was probably one of the only books I, like, almost fully, like, I fully read in high school. Yeah. Like, any other book in high school I didn't really open. Yeah. But that was the only book that I actually read. And it was amazing. It was an epic. Like, It was... I don't really know how to describe it.
It was like a metal song, like Iron
It was
sang.
Yeah, that is probably the best way to describe it. Yeah, because there was just so much in it. There's everything that you could want from a story, and yeah, it is super long, but it's a 7-year adventure. So I would imagine it would be a very long story.
Yeah.
But my favorite part in that is the Cyclops.
Oh, yeah.
When he tricks the Cyclops and saying, nobody stabbed me in the eye, nobody's here. That's when I, started to learn how, you can actually, trick people with words. Yep. High school taught you a lot that you didn't know that you would learn in high school.
100%. 100%.
But I'm going to take a real quick second to... so you know Jesse from Death Row Clothing?
I do.
So I'm actually wearing one of his shirts.
Nice.
So I'm going to start doing this new thing, doing an episode. I'm going to give a shout out to a company, small local company. I know he shipped to me while I was deployed out in Africa, so I'm pretty sure he does ship worldwide. His website will be in my description down below or up above, depending on what you're watching on. But it's going to be deathrollclothing.com, I believe. I'm going to double check that. I should have wrote it down. But he sells hats, t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, and I believe that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he has something for everything.
Yeah, he's on Facebook, Instagram. I'll be tagging him in a post after this, so you guys will be able to find it, I promise. But yeah, I found out that people in India listened to this the other day.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Hi, people of India. I love your food. I would love to come visit your country someday.
I would like to visit India.
That's on one of my bucket lists. Everybody's like, I want to go to Europe. I'm like, I want to go to India. I want to go to Sri Lanka. I want to go to Japan. I want to go
everywhere. That's the goal. One day.
Someday, yeah.
But, like, I want to start going to places and not going to, like, good hotels. I want to live, like, I want to go somewhere and live like they live for a while. Like, I want a new experience. Because, like, for example, when I went to Africa, I lived in a tent inside a fence. I got to see the people one time. And, well, I saw them every day when they came onto base, like the ones that worked there.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to the village one time. And that bothered me because I was there almost doing nothing until my job showed up. And so I was like, me and everybody else that I worked with were like, how about we go help the people in the village, help them build things? Like, that's our job.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not safe enough. Dude, we're in the military. Like, this is what we do. Like, let us go help people. And when we went out there, they all loved us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was so weird. I've never had, like, kids run up to, like, I've never seen kids, like, run up to people, like, so happy to see them. And, like, most of them just, like, we just gave them candy. And they were, like, happy with candy.
Oh, yeah.
I got those paintings there. They were hand-painted by people in the village.
Wow.
The rhino also up there. That was hand-carved by people in the village. And it was weird to see how they, like, lived. And I was probably 15 minutes away from them. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea what their village looked like until I went there. And it was 2 huts, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's weird coming from a first world country and then going somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And then living 15 minutes away and still almost maintaining kind of the same level of a first world country.
Mm-hmm.
And then these people have nothing, like 15 minutes down the road. It was such like a culture shock view, and it was a little unsettling at the same. It was extremely weird.
Yeah.
And everybody like always like, I'm not saying America does great with like their pollution and stuff, but I have videos of how the people there get rid of their trash, and it's just burn pits. And I walked outside one day, and it was like orange, and I was like, what's going on? And everybody's like, what are you talking about? And they walked outside, and we all kind of just froze. And like we looked up, and the sky was just orange, and there was just a trail of smoke coming like from the ground, and it just blocked out the sun. And we were like, what is that? And somebody's like, oh, it's just a burn pit, you're fine. I'm like, I don't think so. That's disgusting.
Orange smoke. Yeah. That doesn't sound.
Well, I think it turned orange because of the sun.
Oh, yeah.
But like, it's still. That's how they get rid of their trash. They burn it.
Yeah.
Like. Yep. Yeah, third world countries. It's weird. It's extremely, extremely strange. But India, I would like to go to because I've heard a lot of positive, good things about India.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people want to go to Egypt. I don't want to go to Egypt.
I hear very scary things about Egypt.
That's what I mean. And everybody's always like, I want to go to Egypt. I'm like, do you know what's going on in Egypt?
Pyramids, but I mean, the pyramids are in a desert. No, thank you. I mean, a place where cats used to be worshipped, that's pretty cool, but it sounds like a really, really scary place, like the last 20 years. So, no, I'm good. I know what they look like. I've seen them in pictures. I don't know if I need to see them in real life, but
and it's like you can't even go in them anyway, so you're just gonna see a pile of rocks
in the desert. It's hot. Ew.
You know, people believe that they used to be generators. That's my favorite. I'm not going to call it a conspiracy. It's not really a conspiracy. It's a myth.
Yeah.
So there used to be a river that flowed through like where the Great Pyramids are.
Yeah.
And the pyramids aren't sealed. You can go in them.
Mm-hmm.
Every other pyramid that was used for a tomb was sealed. So why did they make these giant pyramids that you can go in? And so archaeologists go into these pyramids and they see these tunnels that flow down, like into a giant empty room.
Mm-hmm.
And laying around these pyramids, they find these containers full, I forget of what the actual chemicals are, but it's what we use to make batteries. And so people think that they were using water to create electricity to store in these batteries to power stuff.
To get the aliens out of here.
Yes. Well, I don't think it was to get them out of here, but maybe the aliens helped them with it. That's what people say. But
well, they had to leave at some point. Most of them, after our colonies started to grow. So, where they had to go back wherever we partially came from, and whatever hybrid colony we are in this galaxy. But
did you hear that they found a earlier version? 200,000. It was in New Mexico. It was 200. I think it was 200,000 years before the Native Americans were here. They found bones.
Shut up. No, I had not heard about this.
See, this is why I wish I knew how to be more tech savvy.
It's all good. You still have the internet, and it's right there. I had not.
Oh, they were footprints. I'm sorry.
Footprint. Still, that's.
Yeah, not bones. Yeah, from 23,000 years ago.
23,000 years ago.
This is coming from usnews.com. I don't know how they can tell the age of a footprint. Like, that is so strange. Digging so far. I know it's like how far down it is.
Carbon dating.
Oh,
the rocks, they carbon date it.
that is a thing now.
Yeah.
Fancy.
That's
futuristic
probably,
shit.
That's probably how they figured it out. The timeline, I mean, it could be a couple thousand years off, but carbon dating's pretty accurate. Wow, that's crazy. Look at those big toes.
I mean, I am counting 5 toes, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But that looks like 2 right feet and 2 left feet. Do these people have 4 legs? Do you see what I'm seeing now?
Yeah, no, I see.
I mean, somebody could have been directly behind them, just a little bit off to the side.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but then you have these footprints over here too. Well,
yeah.
they could have been. These ones could have been walking like this, but then I don't know what's going on here. There's also a handprint. I don't know why they didn't show the hand.
Very weird.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's bonkers.
Oh, now we're getting into political cartoons.
Of course.
In a dry lake bed in White Sands, Nevada Park. White Sands National Park. I'm sorry, dyslexic. First spotted in 2009. So why is it saying that they were discovered now? Why are we just hearing about this now?
Because they figured out the date. The carbon dating probably took a while. Or they figured out when they think the footprints are from. But yeah, that does, like, a lot of the Native American tribes, they say, are derived from Asians because of the land bridge, and they came down.
So they think, well, I don't get when the scientists think that the Earth used to be all one big landmass, and it makes sense if you can. It looks like you can piece it all together.
Yep.
They don't think anybody survived on the North American continent. Like, they think that everybody came over from Asia.
Yeah,
like
true.
that. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, I mean,
how did everybody
big.
only survive in Asia, but not
the middle of the country? It wasn't even close to any of the coastlines, but it's all split up. So, I mean, that does make sense.
I'm just saying.
Native Americans.
I'm not a scientist.
We aren't Asian, but I think they do. A lot of a lot with the DNA now. There's so much. Native Americans have a lot of similarities DNA wise to Asian people. So.
But if we all originated from one landmass, we would all.
Yeah, we would all
be very
I
similar.
mean, we all do. We all are humans. We all are very similar.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And the only thing that really changes us is where we're located on the map.
100%.
So, who's to say that people didn't survive on the North America continent?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's always weird that there's like, it's the ice bridge. It has to be the ice bridge. It's like, no.
It could have been. There's a lot of Asian history of people running from Genghis Khan and people running from all that stuff that was going on in Asia, and they have actually like crazy history like written down, and everybody knows it, and like they have the longest like records.
I knew that they had the longest records.
So I mean, maybe there is records of people like total people just leaving, total groups of people just like, bye, I don't want to be here. This is not where I want to be.
I mean, wouldn't the records go with them?
No,
I would take the records.
Yeah, you would take the records. That's true. Maybe
I
there
would.
is records of people saying, "Oh, this group of people left," blah blah blah, and that's why they're like, "Oh, they came over on the land bridge." That's where they went.
New conspiracy. It's because they left. It's not the land bridge. It's aliens.
Yep.
Always blame aliens. Aliens is the way to go. So with the whole, I had a thought and now it's gone. We were talking about the land bridge. Okay, so pretty much like the only part about the Asian continent history that I know is Genghis Khan, and it's always been super interesting to me because like he's the reason why the Great Wall of China exists.
Yep.
And this is gonna be really funny, but really strange. The only time I really think about the Great Wall of China now is when I think of he was a skateboarder. He jumped the Great Wall of China with a broken ankle. He broke it the day before trying to jump it, and he failed, and he did it again. And he did it with a broken ankle. Forget his name. But
I know exactly who you're talking about, and the name is escaping me. It's going to drive me nuts. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember when he did it.
It's this giant Great Wall that was made to keep like this terrible person out, and there's so much history behind it. And the only time that like I think about it now is when this guy jumped it. And we're going to look it up because Google.
I have to know.
It should have popped up as number 1.
Oh, there it is. Jumping Great Wall of China. Who did it?
Danny Way.
That's right.
Yep.
That wasn't that long ago, too. I remember that. That's so cool. What a random thing to jump. I'm going to jump the Great Wall of China.
Well, I mean, people are always looking for the next best thing. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, it's...
I don't know what the next best thing after that would be. Eiffel Tower, good luck with that.
Yeah.
But besides that, I don't know what else would be. Because the bean's not that big. And what else does America have?
The Grand Canyon. But it's pretty big. And
that
really wouldn't work.
That is pretty big. You know there's a little Grand Canyon?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're from... Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't go. I wanted to. We didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to make it back out there. Not when there's corn, though. When after everything's harvest. That's terrible. When they start planting everything, or like when they start ripping up all the dirt to plant everything, my allergies were crazy.
Yep.
And then harvesting season, allergies were crazy. So I didn't have any allergies until I went to the Midwest.
Yeah.
And then I went to the Midwest and I got punched in the face and I was like, this is am I dying? They're like, no, allergies.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has them.
Is, I would wake up in the morning and my eyes would pretty much be swelled shut until I put drops in them, and I had to take prescription allergy medicines during the day and then at night again, and then again I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be driving like this waiting for my meds to kick in, like God, I hope I don't hit anything. Ask Zach about if you have Zach on, you have to ask him about harvest season in Iowa, because it almost killed him.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
He got on the plane and thought he was going to die. It was really bad. He's never been around stuff like that growing up in New York, so
my aunt lives up in upstate New York.
Yeah.
And we went out there one summer, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to teach you how to live on a farm," because she has a farm up in upstate New York.
Yeah.
And the only thing I had to complain about was I'm allergic to hay.
Yeah.
And she had me like baling hay, and
God.
we didn't know I was allergic to it.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there, I'm taking hay on my shoulder and throwing it over me and putting on the truck so we can go feed the animals. And I get home and I'm just like covered in, I don't want to call them what, but I was like super itchy and I had bumps all over me. My mom's like, "What happened to you?" And my aunt just looked at me and he's like, "Oh, he's allergic to hay." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah. And then I still helped her with the hay for the rest of the time we were there, because that's what they did.
And now you know I have arthritis in my shoulders. Hey.
Yeah. Hay's heavy.
Hey, and then there's this thing also called corn rash. It is awful.
What's corn rash?
If you ever walk through a cornfield, corn leaves are very they have a lot of small prickly things on them. So have you ever grown squash or like watermelons or anything like that?
Yeah.
You know how the leaves are very prickly?
Okay.
And the stems are very prickly? Corn is like that. So you walk by it and it's just like sandpaper on your skin. So you have to wear long sleeves. If you don't, you literally, it just rips your skin apart. Corn rash. It's awful. Everybody's like, what?
Huh.
What the heck is corn rash? Did you eat too much popcorn? No. It's actually from running in the corn. It's awful.
I did not know that corn was sharp.
Yeah. It's awful. A big thing in the Midwest growing up, we did tassel. And that is where you take the male part. Yes, there is a male part of the corn out of the corn so it doesn't cross-pollinate. And you do it for about 3 weeks to a month when you're 13 years old, because you're not old enough to get a real job, but you want to make some money. And so you get up at the butt crack of dawn and you hop on a school bus and you get thrown out into this cornfield and you rip off the tassels going down the rows. And it's probably going to be like 102-degree day. You try to start early so you don't die of the heat and the humidity. You know, the heat and humidity out there is nothing like here. And you're walking through in your long sleeve, and I would have a bandana over my face because it would rub your cheeks, and pull the male part of the corn out and get paid money.
Child labor. Gotta love it.
I know, right? And then after that is when you would hoe the bean field. Oh God,
And it's like,
now I'm saying all this stuff out loud. I know I had to have these dang injections.
And it's like, it's terrible, but like,
Got paid good money when we were young. That was good money back then.
And it teaches good work ethic. It's a manual labor job, but at the same time, you're kind of just walking and...
Pulling things out of the corn and walking. That's it.
Seems pretty easy for a 13, 14-year-old to do. I mean, I got my first job at 15, I think. 14, 15. I mean, actually, I was helping my dad with, like, HVAC units, cutting the copper out of, like, old units that he was done with so we can go recycle it. And I would wake up at 6 o'clock on a Saturday and spend all day there just cutting up units, cutting copper out. It was terrible. Come home, my hands would be all cut from all the fins on the condenser units. And he's like, "Oh, told you to wear gloves." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm like 10 years old. You think I'm gonna listen? Like, you gotta like do this for me. Like, I'm not. Put gloves on. Okay. No, I'm 10. I'm not gonna listen.
No.
Nope. But now I wear gloves when I do that because it put like so many like tiny slits in your hand, and then I went like this, and you could see like in between my skin. Oh, it was gross. It was kind of cool, but it was gross. Yeah, it's what I do.
Wow. Hey, well, copper's worth money, man. You gotta get it out.
Yeah. Now, well, mainly now we there's this old Navy vet that we give it to. He does demolition too.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he demos. He used to be a construction worker. Now he demos, and he also takes like all of our scrap copper and recycles it for us. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Instead of just like throwing a bunch of like, it's not just copper too. Like he takes all of our scrap, like most of our scrap metal. So instead of just throwing all the stuff away, he goes and recycles it for us. It's pretty dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Good for the environment.
Oh yeah, repurpose it.
Yeah. I went to Walmart the other day and I saw their vests. The vests are now made out. They're fully recycled. Well, I don't know if they're fully recycled. On their vest it says it took either 6 or 12 plastic bottles to make this vest. I don't know how much of the vest is made out of the plastic bottle, but it's something. It's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, polyester is basically plastic. Most of the clothes we actually wear are plastic, and just the way they weave the fiber, it makes it soft, and they can take those plastic bottles and make the fiber that makes the fabric that makes your shirt. They can also use that plastic to make your zippers, make webbing, make your shoes.
Huh. So is that why polyester like reacts differently than cotton than water, because it's not?
Yes.
Oh.
And that's why if you iron polyester, you have to use it on a lower setting because it's basically a plastic.
I feel like a child. I didn't know any of this. I feel like this is like basic stuff that the education system
this is not. That's
no?
not basic.
That's
stuff.
not basic.
No,
Okay.
not at all. Like fibers to make thread. No, I wouldn't expect anyone to know that stuff. That's kind of some of the stuff I learned in home ec a little bit about it, but I learned more when I went to college.
So what
textile?
What did you go to college for?
Fashion design.
Fashion design.
Yes.
So that is what you do now, correct?
No.
No.
No, I did shoe design for a little while, and I still make clothes. I still design, but I work in an industrial fabrication shop, and I do the fabric end of that. So big heavy things outside, I make that stuff, like awnings and pergola covers and these really cool things called shade sails and all kinds of stuff. It's always different. I've actually helped design stuff for the military. We work with General Dynamics that does a lot of stuff for the military, and I had my hand in designing a couple of pop-up tents that go on different convoys that have surveillance equipment, and basically the tents are to keep the surveillance equipment from the sun and sand and the weather. So I helped design a few things that keep people in the military safe.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Then,
see, I knew that you still like made clothes, and that's why I still kind of thought that you.
Yeah.
But I did not know that was like your actual job.
Yeah. And a couple years back, a guy out of Dartmouth designed a tackle dummy, a motorized tackle dummy. Mm-hmm. And his latest one, the one they have that's more affordable for like high schools and the MVP. It's called MVP. There's a motorized tackle dummy, and it's remote control. It's really cool. This kid's super smart. I designed the outer cover of that.
That's
as
cool.
Well, yeah. It was actually shortly after. It was in right before the Super Bowl. We found out that it was going to be featured in a commercial. We knew nothing about it, and I was like, and it was going to be a Super Bowl commercial, and I was like, shut up. All right. And then my team actually made it to the Super Bowl in my lifetime, and then this thing that I helped design was going to be in the commercial in the Super Bowl, and I was like, this is 2020 is going to be the best flipping year ever, man. Wow. And the commercial, it was I want to say Michelob. John Cena was in it, and Jimmy Fallon was in it, and and part of it they had a bunch of athletes in it, like, and it was really cool, and they had the tackle dummies in the commercial, and I was like, I asked the owner of the company, I was like, is it one of the ones that I sewed that's on the commercial? He's like, yeah, it came from the outer layer came from your shop. So I'm like, I legit made that, and it's on TV during the Super Bowl with John Cena and Jimmy Fallon. I'm like, oh, this can't get better. And then we won the Super Bowl, and then the world ended.
It didn't end. It just paused. It paused.
The world got shook, man.
Got shook. Okay.
I was like, okay, we need to win again so the world can go back. Like, we can close that wormhole that we opened, apparently.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe it was them. Maybe it's because the Patriots didn't win a Super Bowl.
I know. So we need to win another one to close it back up.
Nope.
I don't know if that's happening. I really feel, I don't know, after the last Super Bowl, I feel like some of it's kind of rigged.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You think it's rigged?
Totally. Bet me. It's going to be the Bucs and the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
So,
bet me.
I don't want to bet, so...
I want to say it's going to happen because that's one of those things that's going to make the NFL the most money. That Super Bowl is the Super Bowl not everybody, but that's the one, we got to see if this kid can beat Brady. That's the money maker. That's just
all
my
the analysts are saying it's going to be the Bucs and the Patriots. And that's why I don't want to bet that because like all the analysts are saying it's going to be the Bucs and the Patriots.
It's going to be that because it's going to make the most money. I was like, just watch. Just like Brady winning last year was a better moneymaker than the Chiefs winning again.
No, I think I would have been more happy if the Patriots won. Like 100%.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like I bet you it would have been even more crazy if people were like, how did the Patriots do, like with Cam Newton, like how did they?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But But you can't say that Mac Jones isn't a good quarterback.
He is phenomenal.
Like, what this kid can do is amazing, and I'm always going to blame the cookies. One of his press conference, somebody asked him about his body weight, and he was just like, I can't put down the cookies, man. Like, and it's the funniest thing ever, because, and I see it all the time. I think Belichick has a type when he likes to draft quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Fat, pudgy quarterbacks that can barely run. So maybe it's not Tom Brady. Maybe it is Belichick, and he has the fountain of youth, and he taught Brady the secrets, and now he's going to teach Mac Jones the secrets. And Mac Jones is going to age in reverse just like Tom Brady did.
I hear that I've heard from a couple people that he was actually created in a lab by Brady and Belichick. He's been primed for this his whole life.
Brady and Belichick.
Yeah, I've heard this is just something they created they created him in a lab when they first met, and now he's come to fruition.
Huh.
It's not far-fetched.
It's not.
Not at all.
It's not.
And
especially with like stem cell research, like right now with
yeah.
how people are growing stuff inside of the stops. Uh-oh. Well, this might just be an audio one.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll look at it and I'll figure it out. But
but they think, I mean, it's not super far-fetched, one.
Nope.
Two, I mean, he was raised in Jacksonville. Like, that would be the place to hide somebody like that.
Yeah.
He grew up in Jacksonville. When I found that out, I was like, what?
Who comes from Jacksonville?
I don't know.
And nobody's going to question it.
No.
Not one bit.
He straight up looks like a Cabbage Patch, too. Like an adult. Does he not?
He does.
I'm like,
that.
He's got such a baby. And I'm like, he looks like an adult Cabbage Patch.
He was rushed. They rushed him. Because they know Brady doesn't have much longer. They needed somebody to take his spot for the dynasty.
100%.
You figured it out.
I did.
You did. When did you come up with this?
I heard some people talking about it on Good Morning Football like a couple days ago, and I was like, holy crap, they did. And then I started thinking more about this kid's upbringing, and I was like, shut up. It makes sense. This is viable things these people are saying. I'm connecting the dots in my head as they're talking about it, and I was like, I know they were kind of joking around, but I don't think they were joking around. I think this is really what happened.
See, and that's how things get out. People say something as a joke, and they're like, they'll never buy this. And then it's like, oh, man, they bought it. That shouldn't have happened.
It makes sense. He's phenomenal. I remember when he got drafted, I was like, oh, that's going to be good for him. That's going to be good. That's going to be good.
Yeah, last week, he threw 3 passes, only had 2 completions. And everybody's giving him, like crap for it. But
they won.
Yes, they won. And he had the best completion. What
percentage?
Thank you, percentage of the quarterbacks that week. And it's like, okay, he only threw 3 passes though. It's like, yeah, but the winds were like 40 miles per hour.
They lost one of the flags at the top of the goalpost.
Mm-hmm.
I personally have never seen that in my lifetime where they didn't always have the flags up there.
No.
Not that I can, now that I remember, but I don't remember ever seeing one like fly off. They did what they had to win. That's what it takes to win in the NFL. It doesn't always have to be like this high flying passing.
It was funny. The running back, I forget their name. I'm terrible with names.
Me too.
He was at the press conference. They were like, "Oh, how was the game?" He was like, "Oh, all these people did great, but Mac Jones didn't really do anything. He kind of just handed me the ball a couple times." And it's like he said it as a joke.
Oh yeah.
But when I first saw it, I saw it because people were like complaining about it. And I was like, why are you complain that people aren't throwing the ball in 40-mile-per-hour winds? And that's one thing I can't really stand about these commentators anymore, because I used to play a lot of sports, and they played bad because the quarterback played bad. It's like, no, it's not always the quarterback's fault.
Not.
And it's like, how about how was the offensive line? Was the quarterback getting sacked a lot because the offensive line wasn't holding people? Was the defense just letting up all these points that the offense couldn't keep up with? There's factors to a football game. It's not just the quarterback. And it kind of bothers me that they always just blame the quarterback.
I hear that because my quarterback is getting blamed for a lot. And a lot of his receivers are not holding the ball or handling the ball like they used to, because everybody seemed to forget how their hands work on my team. And people that never drop balls or missed catches are missing catches and dropping balls. Just kind of lost their mojo and still trying to find it. But he gets blamed for it. And I'm like, he threw I could catch that.
Yeah.
The guy dropped the ball. He wasn't ready. That's not Pat's fault, man.
No.
Give him a break.
His family's crazy. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I don't really feel bad for a lot of famous people, but I actually feel bad for him. I see how his family acts at these games, and how his, I think now, wife acts on social media, and it's you shouldn't be picking fights with fans. you
team members.
Yeah, or team members.
Like they're part of a team. Like let him do his job and cheer him on and leave it at that.
His brother, I forget. I think it was. I don't want to say what team it was because I completely forget. It was either the Eagles or the Bills, but he punched one of the fans in the face. Like, he got into a fight in the stands.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to a whole bunch of it. I know, like, his mom and his fiance are, like, on Twitter a lot complaining, and it's just, like, that's not helping him and his team with anything. That's not constructive. That's not any... Stop.
And it's not like I wouldn't go on Twitter or Facebook and complain about my wife's work.
No, not at all. Oh, 100%. It's very weird that I personally don't get it.
No, people think that all because somebody that they're close to has a bigger platform, they think that they should have one too. And when they're not heard, they act out like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's terrible because everybody wants a spotlight.
Yeah.
And that's why I have a podcast. Because I want a spotlight. But I don't care if my spotlight doesn't get shown because I like doing it. So
100%.
Yeah.
That's the same reason I'm doing the cooking and trying to do the videos, because there's not a whole lot. There's nothing on the Food Network. There's not one plant-based chef.
Really?
Nope. Taste Made had a raw vegan chef show. It was really cute. Or I shouldn't say it was really cute. It was done really well. But it's such a, like, niche in the plant-based world, raw. And I'm like, I want to show people that you can eat really good comfort diner bar food made out of vegetables, and it's still absolutely delicious. I feel like that would sell really well. I'm trying to maybe get that out through my website and maybe someday have a cooking show. That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it at all.
Start on YouTube. That's what everybody does.
I do have a couple videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I did a couple of the how-to videos. The videos it's a lot of work.
And your YouTube is just Samantha
Source Eats. Yep.
There we go.
Yep. There's a couple of how-to videos on there. I have more recipes than how-to videos. I do need to start videotaping more, and I'm a slow learner. I finally got the website up and going. That was a learning process, and editing
I've been
videos.
Thinking about getting a website, but then I'm like, why do I need a website? Because yours makes sense.
Yes.
Because you have, like, recipes.
Yep.
But, like, I just use Spotify and YouTube. But it'd be cool to have, like, I don't sell anything.
No.
One day, maybe. T-shirts.
Yeah.
But I can do that on the dark Facebook. Yeah, or the Amazons.
Mm-hmm.
So many other places.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Poshmarks, the Etsy's.
You know, I have, like, all that stuff on my phone, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to, like, shop local and, like, use that stuff. But I never do. I always forget about it. And I don't know why. It's terrible.
I love the Poshmark. I'm a huge connoisseur of the secondhand store kind of places.
I bought really nice Converse from a secondhand. They didn't even look used. And I think they were, like, $20. I bought a really nice PlayStation sweater from Plato's Closet right on South
Oh,
Village
yeah. Tabs loves that store. I love the Savers when they had the 50% off day. I think everything I'm wearing, minus my hoodie and my socks, came from Poshmark. And most of it was new. Everything, a lot of people sell just stuff they never wore, and it still has tags on it. And I mean, I like it for there's the kids that get the fancy shoes, and I have tiny feet, so mom's like, oh gosh, I gotta get some money out of this. He wore them twice, and then I can get, like, brand new Sambas I got these for $15, and I don't think it didn't look worn at all. They maybe wore them once or twice. Same with I wear the all black Chucks. I get them in kid sizes, and the flocking's still on the bottom of the shoe when I get it. I don't pay more than $20 because I still fit in kid sizes. So.
I can't wear all black Chucks. I used to wear all black Chucks, but they make my feet look a lot bigger than what they actually are. And so I look like I have clown feet with black Chucks on.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So they have to be black with some other color because it's straight black. It's weird. It looks, it even feels like clown. Like, I look at my feet, I'm like, why are my feet so big? Like, they look really skinny and really long.
Yeah, they're long, narrow shoes. It gives an illusion of Sideshow Bob feet.
Sideshow Bob, yeah. You know, I was never a big fan of The Simpsons. Not gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't really allowed to watch it growing up.
Yeah.
So, that could be why. But I wasn't allowed to watch, like, Family Guy, and I like Family Guy.
Yeah.
But Family Guy's stupid.
Yeah, I liked the first, like, 2 seasons, and then it's like... Okay, we've already done the... Okay. Yeah, I'm bored.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's too repetitive.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we've been there and done that.
Oh, it's gonna make a prank call. Lisa's gonna say something smart.
Yeah, I haven't watched The Simpsons in years, but we didn't have Fox growing up. We didn't have Fox in our town until literally I did not see The Simpsons until probably like 10 years after they started making it, because I moved out of the town. We didn't have Fox in our town for whatever reason, which is really weird, but and then it was like they had it on, it was like the hour after dinner, and I would watch all the old episodes. I was like, this is cool, but now I don't really watch. I haven't watched any of the newer stuff in years. I'm a Bob's Burger gal. I like that.
I love Bob's Burgers.
I'm still
Have you
not
seen The Great North?
I do enjoy that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know we were talking about Rick and Morty. Do you like Rick and Morty?
We do.
Have you seen Solar Opposites?
Yes. Oh my goodness. There is there's a holiday special. I haven't watched the holiday special yet.
It's hilarious. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I don't even like the TV show Solar Opposites. The only thing I really like about it is the people in the wall. I am so invested in that story that I have to keep watching it. Like, I think Rick and Morty is funny. Solar Opposites is okay, I can watch this. But then once they got to the people in the wall, I was like, I need to know what happens with this colony. This is crazy. Like, the fact that this kid is just walking around shrinking humans and just putting them in his wall, and they have a colony, and they're like, yeah, this is life now. Oh, well. It's crazy. So, I'm invested in the colony. I am.
I like how that storyline has evolved. It's kind of like really old school, like empires, like in the wall. I really enjoy I like the pupa and then the off the wall. I know it's not his brother, but the other like adult alien.
It's his husband. They're married.
Oh, that's it. I could remember.
They're not. They haven't come out and be like, we're married.
Yeah.
But like they're raising a family together. So they're a couple.
Yeah.
They're coupled. That they did explain it. They're coupled. Each one is coupled.
I thought it was like a lieutenant and the general, and he was the general. I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but I really enjoy his character. I like him. I like some of his catchphrases. I still get. Are you ready? Are you ready for bisque? Anytime I hear that song, are you ready for this? I'm like, nope. Are you ready for bisque? I don't know. Just some of his catchphrases are, "Hi, sweet girl." Some of his catchphrases are the best. That show gets me. It's pretty funny. I like how the pupas evolved and getting bigger, and they're supposed to be taking care of it,
but they're not.
But they're not.
They're not one bit. They just kind of let it do its thing.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Perry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
Just kind of like it's there in the beginning of the episode with the family, and then 3 minutes in, it's gone, and they totally forget about it.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Then when it's like time for bed, they're like, "Oh, hey, where's the pupus? Oh, there you are. Oh, okay." We do it with all of our animals. Like, so you wake up in the morning, you give them attention, you feed them, and then you come home we leave for the day. Yeah. And it's like, what do they do all day? We don't really know.
Yeah.
And so, like, Molly could be so tired because she's actually a secret agent. Because she's out fighting crime all day.
She could be.
I didn't know where she was for a little bit when I got home today. I mean, I got home a little late. She could have been sleeping somewhere. But, see, she knows. She knows that we're on to her.
You've caught on to me.
Yep.
Now I'm going to murder you in your sleep.
She's tried. She has. She almost made me blind one time. That was scary. When we were out in Illinois, how our bed was set up when cars passed, the light shined on the wall above our bed. Mm-hmm. And she was a kitten, so she saw a light. She wanted to get it.
Yeah. And
she jumped to go get the light, and of course she didn't get the light. Instead, she got my eyeball.
Oh my God.
I was, and so I woke up to a claw in my eye, and I didn't really move her the best way to get her off of my face, so it kind of didn't really help all that much. But when we went to the doctor, they said that she was like centimeters away from like making me from my retina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was no fun.
Wow.
Yeah. That was terrible.
What? She's like, I don't know. I was trying to get the light.
Yeah.
Use Dad's face as a launch pad.
She does it every morning now, right here. As you can see, we need to repaint. When we open the door, the light shines in, and she jumps.
You gotta get it.
Yeah.
What a goofy girl.
We've been going at this for about almost 2 hours.
Oh wow! Oh my God! It's almost
9
o'clock.
Yeah. See, time flies when we're doing this. It's great. I love it. It's so much fun. But with that being said, we are going to be wrapping it up because I find some people like long podcasts, but hour and a half mark's always sweet. So, one more time, because I probably messed it up before. All your stuff, go ahead.
You can find me at SamanthaSourceEats.com. We also have a Facebook, and we also have an Instagram and a YouTube page. And we have a Pinterest account as well. You can find all the recipes. Yeah. You can find all the recipes on there. I do also sell some of my design work on my Etsy, which is Samantha Source Designs. I do have my Raw Humbug collection. It's dinosaurs destroying symbols of Christmas. I am less of a Scrooge now that I am Mimi. But I still really enjoy those, and those sell pretty well. I still have a good amount of stuff for that. And I do have some fun stickers and other designs that I like to throw up there. I also have an Instagram for the Samanthasaurus designs. But yeah, it's like Samanthasaurus, like the dinosaur Tyrannosaurus Rex. So.
I love it. They're cute designs.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This was
thank
super
you for
fun.
coming on. I love having people here. It's great.
I'm so glad I get to do this. I love podcasts. That's all I do at work is listen to podcasts all day. So this is
when I'm alone. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Podcasts.
I like to listen to other people's stories and true crime and comedians and sports, whatever.
Yeah, the best way to, I've learned at least, to expand your life is to learn about other people's.
That is a very good point.
Yep. Life is not just about you, it's about everybody.
It is.
And with that being said, guys, enjoy your evening and check out all of her stuff that she listed off.
Thank you.
It will be in the description. Also at Death Roll Clothing. This says violence solves everything, but not always. But
great designs.
It's a great designs.
Yeah.
I will put a little blurb in there too, again, for them. But guys, thank you for joining us and enjoy your evening.